It was supposed to be a simple evening. I had just finished picking up a few last-minute decorations for my sister, Bella's upcoming wedding. She was marrying a successful lawyer, Daniel, and the wedding had been the only thing anyone in my family had been talking about for the last few months. As her maid of honor, I had been running around, making sure every last detail was perfect. Even though Bella had always been the golden child, spoiled by my parents, adored by her friends, I had done my best to support her, despite feeling like I was always in her shadow. That evening, I decided to stop by my boyfriend Jake's apartment. He had been acting a little distant lately, but I figured he was just stressed with work. We had been together for nearly 2 years, and I truly believed he was the one. I had dreams of my own future wedding, where Bella would stand beside me, for once celebrating my happiness. I had no idea that my world was about to come crashing down. As I walked into Jake's apartment, the air felt heavy, like something was off. I heard muffled voices coming from the living room. My heart pounded as I stepped closer. Then I saw it. My sister Bella was tangled up in Jake's arms, their lips locked together like they had been doing this for months. I couldn't breathe. The sight of my boyfriend, the man I loved, kissing my sister just days before her wedding made my stomach twist. My hands shook as I dropped the small bag I was holding, the sound breaking their kiss. They turned toward me, Bella's eyes widening in shock. "It's not what it looks like," she stammered, pulling away from Jake, but her swollen lips and guilty expression told a different story. Jake didn't say a word at first, just ran a hand through his messy hair like he had been caught red-handed, which he had. "Anna?" he finally said, stepping toward me, but I recoiled like his touch would burn me. "What the hell is this?" My voice was shaky, but rage bubbled inside me. Bella, always the manipulator, tried to take control of the situation. "Anna, listen, this was a mistake. I was just, I don't know, I was freaking out about my wedding and—" "Oh, so kissing my boyfriend was your way of coping?" My voice rose, tears burning in my eyes. I turned to Jake. "And you? How long has this been going on?" Jake looked guilty, his eyes darting toward the floor. "It just happened," he mumbled. I let out a bitter laugh. "Just happened?" "Right." My hands balled into fists. The betrayal cut deeper than anything I had ever felt before. Bella reached for my arm. "Please, Anna, don't ruin my wedding over this." I yanked my arm away. "You already ruined it." Then, without another word, I turned and walked out the door, slamming it behind me. I stormed out of Jake's apartment, my vision blurred with angry tears. My hands trembled as I fumbled for my car keys, barely able to think straight. My heart pounded so loudly it drowned out the city noise around me. I couldn't wrap my head around what I had just witnessed. My own sister, the woman who was supposed to be walking down the aisle in a week, kissing my boyfriend like she had every right to. The betrayal stung like a fresh wound, and the more I thought about it, the deeper it cut. As I sat behind the wheel, gripping the steering wheel so hard my knuckles turned white, my phone buzzed. I knew without even looking that it was Bella. She was probably already crafting some manipulative excuse, some way to make me the villain in this. I ignored the call and let out a shaky breath, my whole body still vibrating with anger. I didn't know where to go, but I knew I couldn't go home. My parents would be there, and they would never believe me over Bella. They never did. To them, she was the perfect daughter, the one who could do no wrong. They had spent our entire childhood making excuses for her selfishness, brushing off her behavior as just Bella being Bella. Instead, I drove to my best friend Olivia's apartment. The moment she opened the door and saw my face, she knew something was wrong. "Anna, what happened?" she asked, pulling me inside. I collapsed onto her couch, covering my face with my hands. "You're not going to believe this," I muttered. She sat beside me, her eyes filled with concern. "Try me." I took a deep breath and told her everything. How I had caught Bella and Jake together, how they had tried to justify it, and how Bella had the audacity to ask me not to ruin her wedding. Olivia's expression darkened with every word. "That's insane," she finally said, shaking her head. I always knew Bella was self-absorbed, but this? This is a whole new level. I swallowed the lump in my throat. I don't know what to do. Do I tell Daniel? Daniel. My stomach twisted at the thought of him. He was a good guy. Honest, kind, and totally devoted to Bella. He deserved to know the truth before he married a woman who clearly had no loyalty. Olivia nodded. You have to tell him. He deserves to know. I sighed, running a hand through my hair. Yeah, but you know how my family is. If I do this, they're going to make me the bad guy. They always do. Olivia scoffed. Who cares what they think? You're not the one who cheated. She was right. I wasn't the one who had done something wrong. Bella and Jake had made their choices, and now they had to face the consequences. I grabbed my phone, my fingers hovering over Daniel's contact. I'm doing this, I said, more to myself than Olivia. And then, before I could talk myself out of it, I hit call. The phone rang twice before Daniel picked up. Hey, Anna, he answered, his voice warm and unsuspecting. What's up? I hesitated for a second, my pulse pounding in my ears. This was it. There was no turning back. Daniel, I started, my voice shaking despite my determination. I need to tell you something, and I need you to really listen before you say anything. There was a pause. Then concern crept into his voice. Okay, what's wrong? I swallowed hard and took a deep breath. It's about Bella and Jake. Silence. Then, cautiously, he said, Go on. So I told him, every excruciating detail. The way I had walked in on them, the way Bella had tried to cover it up, the way Jake had just stood there, looking guilty and pathetic, the way Bella had actually asked me not to ruin her wedding, as if she wasn't the one who had just destroyed everything. By the time I finished, I could hear Daniel breathing heavily on the other end of the line. Are you serious? He finally said, his voice eerily calm. I wouldn't lie about this, I whispered. More silence. Then a bitter laugh. Wow. Just... wow. I could tell he was trying to hold it together, but I knew his world was crashing down just like mine had an hour ago. I'm so sorry, Daniel, I said. I didn't want to be the one to tell you, but you deserve to know before you marry her. He exhaled sharply. No, I appreciate it, Anna. I really do, His voice cracked. I need a minute. I get it, I said softly. Take your time. We hung up, and I let out a breath I hadn't realized I was holding. My hands were still shaking as I turned to Olivia, who had been listening the whole time. What did he say? She asked. He took it better than I expected, honestly, I admitted. But he's hurt, and he should be. Before Olivia could respond, my phone started blowing up with messages. From Bella. Bella, how could you do this to me? Bella, you're trying to ruin my life. You're just jealous. Bella, Mom and Dad are furious with you. You better fix this. I let out a dry laugh and threw my phone onto the couch. Unbelievable. Olivia snatched it up and read the messages, her face twisting with disgust. Are you kidding me? She did this to herself. Before I could respond, the phone rang again. This time, it was my mom. I sighed. Here we go, I answered, already bracing myself. Hello? Anna. My mother's voice was tight with anger. What the hell did you say to Daniel? I clenched my jaw. The truth. You had no right to get involved in Bella's relationship, she snapped. She's getting married in a week, Anna. A week! And now Daniel is talking about calling off the wedding. Good, I shot back. He should. My mother gasped, like I had just cursed her out. Do you have any idea how much you've embarrassed this family? You just love causing drama, don't you? I laughed bitterly. Oh, right. I'm the one causing drama? Not Bella, who was kissing my boyfriend? She made a mistake, my mother said through gritted teeth. I shook my head, fury rising in my chest. No, Mom. A mistake is forgetting someone's birthday. This was a choice. and I'm done protecting her. And with that, I hung up. Olivia grinned. Damn, that was hot. But I wasn't celebrating yet, because I had a feeling the real storm was just getting started. The morning of Bella's wedding was chaos. Daniel had called it off. News spread fast, and by noon, guests were being turned away from the venue. My phone buzzed nonstop. Calls from my mother, furious texts from Bella, even Jake trying to explain. I ignored them all. Then Bella called. I picked up. You ruined everything, she shrieked. No, Bella, I said calmly. You did that when you cheated. She went silent. Then, in a broken whisper, she admitted, I loved him. I sighed. Then you shouldn't have thrown it away. She huffed. I hope you're happy. For the first time in a long time? Yeah, I am. I hung up, exhaling deeply. Olivia grinned. So, what now? I smiled. Now? I move on. And just like that, I did.